Okay, set 5 purple Luffy. Yo chick, she so thirsty. I'm in that 1000 sunny with your girl, she tryna jerk me. Okay, set 5 purple Luffy. Yo chick, she so thirsty. I'm in that 1000 sunny with your girl, she tryna jerk me. Okay.
Let the suicide doors up. I do suicides in the card shop. I do suicides on the brand new set. You know what that mean, the old meta's dead. I start my turn 3, ramping like I'm the shit. Ramp to 7 and play kid, now you wanna quit. Most tubers taste level ain't at my waist level. Everyday uploads thrown up to your face level. Don't do no clickbait, but I still get clicks, kid. Plus yo, my subs make your subs look like horseshit. Something about Luffy, he always seemed jolly. Now the whole meta is melting like Dolly. Now all the old leaders look way too shoddy. Don't sell me solution, power creep is naughty. New leads is loitering just to feel important. You gon' see Luffy and purple in fortune.
Card D Kaizoku.
Welcome to OP05, where red almost disappears and this guy is the top meta deck. So let's just jump right into it. Monkey D. Luffy is a purple leader with 5000 power and 5 starting life. His leader ability reads: Activate main, once per turn, you may add 1 card from the top of your life cards to your hand. If you have 0 or 3 or more Dawn cards on your field, add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck and set it as active. So this pretty much fixes the problem with ramp decks. Before this, ramp decks either had to depend on stage cards like Onigashima, or they needed to run a lot of cards that ended up being useless in the late game like Jack and Basil Hawkins. Purple Luffy lets you bypass needing to run these cards by having the ramp built into your leader ability. But with ramping costing a life, when should you do it? In general, you'll want to ramp at least twice against most matchups. The only times you would want to be careful is against aggro decks like Zoro and Bello Betty. Some important breakpoints you'll want to reach are 5, 7, and 9 Dawn, so if ramping will get you there, it's almost always a good idea to do it. So your curve going first would be something like this. 1 Dawn into 3 plus 1 from your leader ability, into 6 the next turn plus 1, bringing you to 7. And your curve going second would be 2, going into 4 plus 1 from your leader ability into 7. Going second, you can afford to play something at 5 that can minus Dawn, as you can ramp that back up to 7 the next turn. Going second is generally the better curve, as you can play Higurashi blocker into 5 cost kid, into a 7 cost kid, and use his on play to make your leader 6k and then swing for 7k with the active Dawn that your 5 cost kid ramps back up to you. Going first would be something like pass into vanilla 4 cost into 7 cost kid, and then leader ability to swing for 7k and still hit 9 Dawn next turn if you need it for 9 cost Kaido. Now let's dive into the deck. Starting by cost, we have 2 OP01 Kurozumi Higurashi. A cheap chump blocker that can protect your sturdy bodies from dying even easier. 4 OP01 Scratch Mana Poo. This can be any vanilla 4 cost, but I picked a Poo so I can make more Poo jokes in my videos. 4 Starter Deck 4 Page 1. Another vanilla 4 cost, but this one can be comboed with ulti, so he's not replaceable. 4 Starter Deck 4 ulti. A 2k counter that can combo with Page 1 to play 2 bodies for 4 Dawn. She has to return 1 Dawn to do it, but that is a small price to play for 11k worth of stats. Having the option to go wide helps with facing against Enel and into aggro decks as well, as we'll have more bodies to clear their board with. 4 OP05 Mist Double Finger. A 2k counter that can be emergency ramp in games that we can't afford to use our leader ability. This can be any purple 2k counter though, but at least Mist Double Finger has a trigger that lets you play her. 4 OP03 Khalifa. Another utility 2k counter. Khalifa gets you +1 in cards and even lets you cycle. This does require 2 Dawn though, and 3 against any 6k power leaders. 4 Starter Deck 10 Trafalgar Law. One of the stars from Starter Deck 10. Law basically warps the matchup against purple decks for many leaders. The threat of having a Law in hand has forced players to counter early to stay under 7 cards in hand, making it hard for them to hoard resources in hand. And he's a blocker on top of that, so he does a good job in protecting your kids and Kaidos. 4 OP01 X-Drake. Yet another utility 2k counter. He can make your opponent discard a card as well as being an attacker himself after you play him, but you could replace him with any other 2k counter. For OP05 Eustace Kid. Kid activates so many cards in our deck. He's a 6k blocker which helps your leader mitigate damage. He can block any 5k swing for free or turn any 7k swing into a block and counter for 2. But what makes him great is his ability to ramp one active Dawn whenever you minus Dawn once per turn on your turn. A lot of purple cards have very strong effects that take -1 Dawn as a price, but Kid essentially makes those effects free by giving you the Dawn back. And the Dawn is active too, by the way, so you can use it after. Dude even has 1k counter on top of this too, so just really an amazing card overall. For starter deck 4 Queen, one of the best blockers in the game. Queen also has that magic 6k blocker stat line. He also gets you +1 in cards as he lets you draw 2 and discard 1. For OP02 Magellan. Magellan is for the games where you don't hit Kid on curve. He doesn't provide support for any other cards in our deck, but he is one annoying ass mofo. His on-play makes both you and your opponent -1 Dawn, messing up their curve. Then for the rest of the game, he can pump out 6k or 7k attacks when you have a spare Dawn, since he can be detrimental to remove. When he dies during your opponent's turn, they have to -2 more Dawn. This means decks that don't have a way to bottom deck or bounce him will usually leave him alone until they hit 10 Dawn. For OP01 Urashima. Just a beefy boy that we can ramp to on our 3rd turn. He swings for the magical 9k number, which takes 3 cards to counter out of. For starter deck 10 Eustace Kid. Kid is pretty much the main target you're ramping to play. His on-play costs 1 Dawn, but it gives your leader +1k power until the start of your next turn, essentially turning you into Whitebeard. He can repeat this effect every turn when he attacks too. With both 5 cost Kid and 7 cost Kid out, this effect is free and you get a Dawn back to use. 3 starter deck 4 Kaido. If your opponent thought 7 cost Kid was the worst of it, they'll have to answer to 9 cost Kaido the turn after. Kaido KOs a 6 cost or less on play and gains rush if you -5 Dawn. If you have Kid out, this only minuses 4. If you have life to spare to use your leader ability, it's reduced to 3. Then when you naturally get 2 more Dawn the next turn, you'll actually only be 1 less Dawn than you were before. Kaido is pretty much good into every matchup and especially the mirror. He usually 2 for 1 since he can KO on play and then attack into another target right away. You also do have the option of playing him just as a vanilla 10k power character too, for your information. For our events, we run 1 starter deck 4 Blast Breath. Since we run like 14 blockers, we don't really need too many event counters. This really is just for emergency situations where a 4k counter for 1 Dawn can decide a game. For starting hands, you'll want to look for these cards. Any vanilla 4 cost, 5 cost Kid, 7 cost Kid, and Magellan. Yeah, it's weird that none of the cards are less than 4 cost, but that's just how Purple Luffy works. You'll want vanilla 4 cost if you're going first, and 5 cost Kid or Magellan if you're going second. 7 cost Kid on curve is a big power play, especially in the mirror, so having these guaranteed in hand is great reassurance. Here are some cards to consider. There's actually quite a lot of flexibility in how you want to run the deck. OP03 Poly. Poly is basically a 7-drop as you'll only play him when you have 7 Dawn up. He can KO a 4 cost or less on play and ramp you 1 Dawn. I don't run him in my deck as I don't really value ramping from 7 to 8 to hit 10 the next turn all that important for the deck. But he does KO many pesky cards like all the trigger characters in yellow and stat efficient cards like Lucci. He's even great in the mirror, allowing you to hit their vanilla 4 cost while you develop your own 6k body. OP05 for Nosuke. One of the alternative 2k counters you can run. He gains rush when you have 8 or more Dawn, so he can be a sneaky finisher that your opponent didn't account for. OP02 Hell's Judgment. Even though aggro has died down in popularity, if your local meta is still aggro heavy, Hell's Judgment is a great tool to stop 2 attacks. Starter deck 5 Uta. Same thing as Hell's Judgment, Uta can block 1 attack and rest another character to really slow down aggression if you need it. The strengths of the deck are: Ramp is strong when consistent. You consistently play out stronger characters a turn or 2 before your opponent can, so you really set the tempo of the game. Whose kids are these? The 2 kids are your bread and butter. They just do so much together. Swing for 8k, make your leader 6k, return 1 active Dawn back to you to swing for 7k, then have a blocker afterwards to block attempts to swing 10k into 7 cost Kid. The weaknesses of the deck are: Fragility. You're basically a 3 life leader in most matchups. Aggro decks are hard to play against. If you ramp, you become easier to kill. If you don't ramp, it's like you don't have a leader ability and they overwhelm you like they've always done anyway. Inconsistency. 5 cost kid into 7 cost kid games are a lot easier to win than Magellan into Urashima games, but we don't run any kid pirate searches to help make this more consistent. So that's the purple Luffy deck I've been running. The OP05 meta is definitely a whole new beast, so I thought I should learn it with this beast of a leader. Luffy was indeed a top meta deck in Asia, and I expect them to remain so in English. I'm also going to start including some gameplay at the end of the deck breakdowns now too, so you can see it in action right away. But just FYI, the first couple of leaders every new set is always just me learning what every other deck does at the same time that I'm learning a particular leader. So game knowledge will go up with time. Please understand that. I'm also playing on the Eastern region, so there's no restrictions on Radical Beams and Ninebeards. Videos will be done on the Western region once the set officially releases, but for now, hope you guys enjoy. Bye! Or well, on to the gameplay. That's new. We have a purple Luffy versus Sakazuki. We will pass with this Dookie. Forced to keep with this hand. Couldn't think of another word. We'll pass with no plays. We'll ramp to 4. What does that get us? Nothing really. Maybe we don't ramp? No, I think we always should ramp, right? So they just cycle out of Tashigi with no plays on the first turn. I guess we could drop Khalifa? Is that worth it? I don't know. Check with our leader for 5. I think it's worth it. And they take our first hit. We will ramp. Then play Khalifa and pass and hope she doesn't die. Next turn we'll be at 6. We can drop 5 kid, put Dawn on Khalifa, attack, return Dawn, get it back, put it on leader. Yeah. Starting to get the hang of this guy. But I have no idea what Sakazuki can do yet. His full capabilities. I don't know what turns are safe or not yet. Okay, they're cycling. Attack us for 5, give 1 cost minus to Khalifa. We'll take 1. Play Rebecca, that doesn't kill our Khalifa just yet, but having Tashigi out is scary, so we should get rid of her. So 5 kid. We can just swing 4k at Tashigi. Then our leader will be 6, 7, but no point in that, right? Because then they have a blocker out. Let's just get them to use 2ks at least if they want to keep the Tashigi. We draw and we have to discard. But draw 2, discard 1. Queen, I guess. They counter for 2, Dawn, Luffy, attack Tashigi. They'll block with Rebecca because they need her. Yep, we'll pass. Okay, maybe I sort of get his deck now too. For when I play him next week. Spoilers. Now they're gonna play Lucci and kill our whole board because of Tashigi. Right. Yeah, Lucci just needs 3 cards in discard, which they have. If I remember correctly. If I'm wrong, I'll hover over his card right after. Oh, but if I'm wrong, they won't play him, so... You'll see it eventually, and then I'll read the card to you, okay? Udon Tashigi. Oh, they're attacking with it. Okay, you can have the Khalifa. That means they could still play Lucci, but it won't kill anything. Leader attacks for 5, will block. Can he kill our kid at 4 cost? The 3000 worlds him. Why didn't they just do that in the first place? Okay, we're at a lot of Dawn now. I guess I just play the Magellans now, like mess them up, or I can play 7 kid, that's better. 7 kid. We'll attack Tashigi for 7. She should die, yep, we'll pass. We at 9 next turn. We could ramp to 10, drop 2 Magellans. And just keep a bunch of counter in hand. They're at 8, so they could play like a 7 cost Doflamingo to bounce our kid back to hand. But at least he has an on play, so it's not like completely wasted. They Great Eruption him to 5. But yeah, it's 7 Dawn to give my leader plus 1k for a turn. Pretty big waste, but not completely. If he bounces him back to hand. They're still at 7 Dawn, so it's still an option for them. 3 Dawn leader, so it's not an option any longer. They attack us for 8. They'll counter for 3. Then they 3000 worlds him in the end. This guy likes doing that. Okay. Let's keep him at 8 next turn. we'll ramp. Attack with our leader for 5. They counter for 2, we'll play Magellan, return. Another Magellan, return. We'll pass, he's back at 8. I don't even know if there's anything at 10 that he needs, but let's just not let him get it. Next turn we could drop 2 X-Drakes and make him discard 2 cards. Or he's at 2k though, so maybe the Kaido is better. But that's -5 Dawn. I could just play him out and not give him rush, but we have a blocker to kill now, so yeah, maybe we will just KO something. They bring out a Hina. That gives -4 cost to Magellan. They attack, they can give this one -1, so that's 4 and 1. I think Lucci kills a 3 and a 2, or 2 and a 1, so that doesn't kill our board. That would make a -4 Dawn too. Would they just swing with their leader for 9? I guess we'll take. Another kid. Drop the Kaido, right? Yeah, we'll drop Kaido. Kill the blocker. We'll swing 5k at Hina. Love Hina. You guys are old enough to remember that. Dead Hina. Magellan for 6. They take. Magellan for 7. They take Kaido for 10. They take, we'll pass, and they just concede, and they leave. Okay. Bye. Purple Luffy Mirror, I've been playing a lot of these. Let's keep... I think the guy who gets the first 5 kid and 7 kid out wins this matchup. We'll pass with no plays. Let's hope they don't have a play either. They don't. We swing with leader for 5. If they take, we play law. If they don't take, I don't know. They don't take, I'm in I don't know territory. Guess we ramp and just play him anyway. We'll pass. Saying that I don't know territory thing would have sounded good if I said it correctly, but I said category. They attack us with their leader for 5, we'll counter for 1. They ramp to 5 and play their kid. Yep. Oh, miss all Sunday. But it's Thursday on the day that I'm recording this. You'll ramp to Urashima. He doesn't have a way to get rid of him. Yeah, let's do that. We'll ramp, attack with our leader for 5. Counter for 1, we'll play big boy and pass. We'll keep this law up so that we can protect Urashima on a future turn. Oh, but I could just play more blockers later, so I probably should have just swung with them. Shoot on leader, that goes for 7, maybe I'll block with them then. So I use them for something. Save 2 cards from my hand. Shoot on miss all Sunday, oh my god. So aggro, we'll counter for 3. They ramp. 5 down for a kid. No, another miss all Sunday. They're already at 10. If I bring them to 9, there's no point. Do I ramp and then kid queen? Yeah, let's do that. Ramp. Ooh, 7 kid. Next turn. Play kid. Play queen. Return to dawn, get it back. We'll trash the Magellan. Right, 6k Luffy into miss all Sunday. Counter for 2, Urashima into all Sunday. Blower into all Monday. They die, we'll pass, and we have 2 blockers out to protect our Urashima if they do like a 10 cost Luffy or something. 5k miss all Sunday, we'll block with queen. Yeah, they're playing the 10 Luffy. That's fine, we have blockers up. Oh, 9 Kaido, never mind. They'll kill our kid blocker. Yeah, now our Urashima is vulnerable. But they attack queen instead, which is smart. And then leader for 5 will counter for 1. I wish I had a 9 Kaido now. What are the chances that I can kill it? And that he doesn't have a blast breath? With that 1 Dawn open. They ramp 1 more. I could just play blockers and race him at this point. Yeah, we could drop Kid and then Higurashi. So we'll just do that. Play Kid, +1 to our leader. No. Do I erase? I don't know. Make our leader a 7, attack Robin. Miss all Sunday, sorry. Spoilers. But she dies. Urashima at their leader for 9. They take. Play Higurashi block. Pass. But he is a blocker. The words are all jumbled up in my head. They have way more cards than we do. How did that happen? Miss all Sunday, drawing them cards, I guess. That's only 2. Where'd the rest come from? So that 8, they could, if they ramp to 9 to play another Kaido, they'll be at 0 life. So we win next turn. So you can't do that. He'll need to drop a bunch of blockers of his own. 10k at Urashima, that's a easy 2k. I think that might have been a mistake. That was what I was thinking of doing to him at his Kaido, but I realized probably better just erase. And get rid of Miss All Sunday at least. One less ping to worry about. Because we're way lower in card count than he is. Blocker Law. Another one. Potentially coming out. Or they could swing leader 9. Which I'll block with Higurashi, I think. If he decides to do that. If he does play another Law, he can't attack my leader because I'm at 6k. Oh, he said sorry thinking. This guy is stand-up guy. Considerate of my time, letting me know. I like guys like this. Very different from the average person on the sim. If you guys play against Nori, tell him what's up. Play Uta. Cheat out at page 1? No. Wonder why he did that. Because she's a 2k. Well, we'll play Magellan Queen, maybe? Let's play Queen. Yeah, we'll play Queen anyway, for sure. Just to survive. In that case, we don't need Magellan anymore. Swing with Kid for 8. Make our leader 6. The ulti needs a Dawn to attack. They counter for 4. Urashima 9k into them. They block with Law. And I just play a 3rd blocker, and I'm good. Leader 6. Counter for 2, play a 3rd blocker and pass. Yeah, if they 9 Kaido here, we still have 2 blockers up. And then we get them on the clapback. So they just swing 9 Kaido, 10 Kaido at Kid. We'll block with Higurashi. We had the counter, but I just want to make them think we don't have it. There's a 9 Kaido, they get rid of 1 blocker. I think we win then, because there's no way he can defend our clapback. So they kill Kid. Doing 10k at our Kid again, we'll throw our surprise 3k that we were keeping in hand. I think we got it now. They pass. 1 Dawn for defense A. Throws out the GG, we win. Nice. Want a rematch? We get it. They choose to go first. We can keep this. We have the God curve. They pass, no plays, me too. Swing for 5 at us. We will not take. We will counter for 2. Because if we go to 7, they'll play Law and then make us discard. They ramp and play Zoro Judo. And pass. He ramps a lot more than I do. It seems like we'll play or activate our leader. Ramp, attack for 5. Maybe we could hit him with the Law if he takes. But he probably won't. I think he knows how to play around Purple Mirror. Yeah, they counter for 1. Play 5 Kid. Pass. Next turn 7 Kid. Swing for 6, 7. They play Miss All Sunday to ramp. Let's see. They'll be at 9 next turn. Leader for 6 will block, counter for 1. They pass. They have leader ability, they can hit 10. Should I be worried about that 10 Luffy? Probably. For now, we'll play 7 Kid. And then attack with our leader for 7. They take. I think we pass. Want to save life in this mirror. Even if it's a 10 Luffy, we'll just take. And we're good. Because our board will still be there after. After his 2 turns. We'll see what he does. Oh, he could 9 Kaido. Yeah, maybe I should have attacked with my 5 Kid, because he's just gonna die right now anyway. Forgot about that. Oops. Yeah, he's more likely to run 9 Kaido than he is 10 Luffy, but they're playing 5 Kid instead. Ooh, dodged a bullet there. Could I have made him discard with Law last turn? No, I made him take 7, and then that's why he's at 7 cards now. They just play out a page 1 and pass. Ooh, kind of rough. You could ramp, play 2 Magellans, make him stay at 9. But that doesn't make sense. We'll play Queen. Return to Dawn. Get rid of Magellan. We're at 5 Dawn. We'll hit him with the 8 Kid. Return to Dawn. Hopefully he takes, and then we'll play out Law. But maybe he'll just counter. Oh, he took. Okay, 7 cards. Sorry. We'll make him discard with Law. We hit a 9 Kaido and a Queen. Wowie zowie. We'll swing with our blocker for 6. Since we have 2 other blockers to save him, potentially. I could have ramped and done 7-7. Maybe that would have been better. Counter for 2. Leader 7. We take. We'll pass. Alright, hitting that 9 Kaido was pretty pivotal. Because I don't have one to answer it. There's a Queen. Still have 6 Dawn to work with. It could ping our blocker down. But then I'd still have 4 life. That's what they're doing. We'll counter for 1. They haven't used his Zorojuro at all since they played him. Dawn Miss All Sunday at our Kid. Counter for 1. 2 Dawn Zorojuro. 6k at Kid. Counter for 2. Leader 6 at Kid. We will counter for 2. I should have blocked with Law and then made him use his own Kid to attack. Entice him to do that. But here we go again. Me 1 card in hand, them with a bunch. Do I rush him down? He has 2 blockers out. Maybe I trade. They swing 7k Kid into our Kid. We'll block with Law. Right, we live. He has 1 life. We have 4 attackers. 4 attackers. If I fail, he attacks back and I have no cards in hand to defend. So we get rid of his board. We'll play Magellan to start. Alright. Bring 8 Kid into their blocker. Return to Dawn. They do have Dawn up for Blast Breath as well. They counter out of hand 3k. Leader 8 at Kid. Get them to use their Blast Breath. They block with Queen. 2 Dawn on our Kid to attack their Kid. I should have used my Queen. What am I doing? Oh, Kid dies. Dawn Queen to attack Miss All Sunday for 7. He dies, we'll pass. They have 3 pickings on all of our guys now. But we can protect once with the 2k. Dawn Leader, 6k at Kid. I think we want the 8 Kid up, so we'll let him die. Oh, but if they play 9 Kaido, they can kill this Kid no matter what. If it's 9 Kaido, we just split Leader and Magellan next turn. So maybe he can't play 9 Kaido in that case. Yeah, he can't play it. 6k Queen. So they play 9 Kaido, kill Magellan, attack into Kid. So I have to counter this for 2. If I want a body up. Yeah, if I let Queen die, They kill Magellan and then attack into Kid. And now they do Zorojoro into Kid. I can't stop. But we'll have 2 bodies up now, potentially, to go for lethal. So they play Blocker Law. 3 for Magellan, 3 for Queen, 4 for leader, 999. Well, 999. Magellan for 9. They take leader for 9. Block with Law. Queen for 9. They probably have enough to defend this. Blast Breath and a 1k. Oh, they counter out of hand. Yep, they had, well, barely enough. We'll pass. They attack into Queen. I think we just let them kill everything. I think. If I counter, they have to put 2 down on Zorojiro. But if I don't, I let them attack me and I can draw a card. I think we counter. 2 down Zorojiro. That leaves them with 7. They kill our Magellan. Return 2 down. They don't have a blocker, I win. But this deck does run a lot of blockers. Page 1, okay, I win. Nice. And down leader, attack for 15. We win, nice. Okay, bye. We have a purple Luffy versus Ace, red Ace, OP03 Ace, dead Ace, spoilers. Let's mulligan. Nice, nice keep. They play Buggy. They pick up a Fire Fist. Alright, good thing a lot of our guys are 6k and are hard to hit. They pass. We ramp to 4 and then just play out a page 1. Let's attack with our leader first. If they take, we'll play Law instead. They take. We play Law instead. Make them discard 2. We got the Fire Fist and a Jet Pistol. Wow. Oh, this is a different Fire Fist. Okay, give minus 4k then KO. Why would they print 2 event cards with the same attack name? That just makes it confusing, doesn't it? Now I have to pay attention to if it's like OP05 Fire Fist or OP04 Fire Fist. Or maybe the official English name has a different name. Oh, but it says Fire Fist on the card. They Jet Pistol or blocker. Like in the card art, I mean. Attack us for 5. We'll counter for 1. They pass. We'll swing with our leader for 5. We'll just play out a Kid and not take any life this turn. They counter for 2. But if I do ramp, I can ramp next turn for Kaido. Nah, it's not worth it. We'll play Kid. Pass. They cannot Flame Emperor just yet. I want to utilize my 5 Kid at least once before he dies. But really the only minus Dawn effect I have is this X Drake. Yeah. We could just play Urashima next turn. He can't die to Flame Emperor at least. But then they'll kill blocker, attack us for 8. Or 9 potentially. Double attack, which we might have to take with a Fire Fist our Kid. Give a minus 4k and then attack for 9. We'll take. Oh, only on my turn? I was thinking of triggering her out, but 5 cost Kid's effect only works on my turn. We get another one of her. This double finger. Well, they're gonna Fire Fist for sure. I mean, Flame Emperor. I could hit them with the X Drake, and then I'll have 2 down left over. Yeah, we'll do that, and then 7/7. Return a Dawn. We'll get it back from Kid. Make them discard. They discard a Red Beam. Kid for 7. They take. Leader for 7. They take. We'll pass. They could Flame Emperor the X Drake and attack our Kid. That would make us a little safe from a double attack threat. We'll be at 9 next turn, so we can 9 Kaido if we need. They play Izo, still have 7 Dawn for Flame Emperor. They pick up a blocker Marco. I'm playing on the eastern region, so they can play 4 of him, actually. There's a Flame Emperor that we expected, but it hits our Kid. Then they burn an event and attack us for 9. We can defend this for 5. Then they pass. Right. We'll swing X-Trick at them for 5. They counter for 1, leader at them for 5. I think we play Kaido anyway. They take up the Kaido. Go buggy. Swing 10k, they take. Now they're at 0, we'll pass. And they shouldn't have a way to finish us off. I think we got this game. There's an Otama and on our Kaido. They could play Member him now. They do. They make us take double hit. I think we're fine with that because we're gonna all in next turn. So all in with us next turn would be 7 Dawn only. There's 8k, 9k at us. Or we could just counter it. Yeah, let's just counter it. Then they'll have 2 Dawn up for defense. Oh, they just concede? Rematch? Okay, they're going first. Let's keep ulti page 1, see how that works out for us. Yeah, so I lose to Zoro, but I seem to do pretty good against Ace. I'm learning. We'll pass with no plays. 3 Dawn on them, attack us for 8. 9. Fine. I was gonna take an 8 anyway. They got rid of a crossfire. We'll ramp. Attack with our leader for 5. They take, we'll play Kid, pass, hope they don't have a jet pistol. Most likely they do. That'll be 4 jet pistol and then leader is 6. Yeah, there's the 6 from leader. We might as well use our Kid. Then counter for 1k. Then they'll jet pistol him. I saved 1k counter that way, at least. If they had jet pistol, they should have just done it first. Oh, they played blocker Marco. Ooh. No jet pistol, eh? Kinda awkward. We'll play 7 Kid. Return it on, get it back. We'll swing 7k leader. We'll be at 7 next turn, so we might as well attack with our Kid, right? Oh no, they'll play Emperor our 7 cost Kid, and then we can block with our 5 cost Kid. They counter 4k or 7k, and we'll leave blocker Kid up. Yeah, for like a purple Luffy deck, the only Luffy card in the deck is the leader. Everything else seems to be like revolved around these 2 kids. Luffy and his 2 kids, they play Otama, makes Kid a 4k. Play Izo. What they're looking for. Ooh, 9beard. Which they can run 4 of, because I'm playing on the eastern region. 4 Dawn leader, attack us for 9. If we're at 6k, it makes it an easy 4k counter. But now we'll take... Alright. 1 Dawn up. We'll play another 7 Kid. And then attack with 1 Kid for 8. Use his ability. So our leader's at 7k. Until next turn, they take 7k from leader. They take... They get Fire Fist trigger. It gives minus 4k to our blocker. So I can't attack with them. I guess we'll just pass. No need to take life to ramp, right? If I did, I would have played like a... I don't know. Yeah, nothing really. I guess page 1, but... Maybe it's better to have him as counter in hand. Original plan was to swing 9k with the blocker, but that Fire Fist trigger stopped me. They play Crossfire to give him minus 4, they kill it with the Marco in the end. Nice. 2 Dawn leader attacks us for 7, we're at 7k though. So we just need 1k to counter. We'll drop an Urashima. We pass, okay. We could play 3 kids, but then they'll minus 3 Dawn. That's okay, right? Play the 3rd one. Attack with Kid for 8. Plus 1 to our leader. Take. Dawn on this Kid, attack for 9. Plus 1 to our leader. We take. We'll do 10k from our leader. They concede, we win. 1 more. Nope, they leave. Okay, bye.
Car D Kaizoku.